morning and welcome back to Basement Television. From basement to basement, I broadcast here in North York all the way to the East End. We're going to Mike Eppel. Good morning. How are you?
Gives a whole new meaning to BT, doesn't it?
It's so good. Hey, technology. This is the way we got to do things.
It's great.
I'm okay. How are you? Yeah.
It's great. No,
really? That wasn't convincing.
The fact that we can actually do this is pretty good. I am waiting for the sun to come up a little bit earlier so I can just, I don't know, set things up in the backyard for goodness sakes and get out of my fortress of solitude.
Anything. Oh, I hear you. Okay, well, one option that people don't have, obviously, is to get out there on the patios. Yeah. And restaurants are not happy about it. Not happy.
I think they were shocked by the abrupt decision last week about, don't have any service on a patio. A lot of restaurants had set up their outdoor service scenario in anticipation of the spring. Get outside, eat outdoors, maybe not necessarily indoors, and then all of a sudden the rules changed pretty much overnight. So Restaurants Canada, did a tabulation on this and said in Ontario this cost an estimated $100 million. So who should pay for that? Is that, it was a government-imposed decision, so should the Ford government be on the hook for it? Probably not, but nevertheless, it was a situation where the restaurants were hiring for the spring, and those that didn't already have an outdoor patio set up with the heaters and whatever expense that went into that, and let's face it, Melanie, they have to pre-order food supply, days in advance, and all of a sudden, if you're being shut down within a 24-hour time frame, a lot of that food's either going back or going to waste, and somebody's got to pay for that. And Restaurants Canada says at this point that should be on the government.
Yeah, these are massive investments that everyone's making, that's for sure. Let's talk about this. And we knew this was going to happen, but downtown vacancy rates, who's going back to the offices right now? What's it going to look like in the short term, the long term? There's a lot of vacancy.
The CBRE report that studies the office vacancy rates in cities across the country shows it near actually over 9% in Toronto, which is one of the highest we've seen in decades at this point. Edmonton is looking at a 19% vacancy rate in their downtown core. It's higher than that in Calgary. Montreal's around 10%. So, companies have been adjusting. They've been subleasing or subletting office space, just walking away from contracts in some cases. It seems to be stabilizing, but does it come back when businesses, are allowed to get back to normal? How many people will still be working from home or going back to the office on a full-time basis? There's a lot of uncertainty, and it looks as though that ripple effect is going to have a long way to work itself through the system.
Absolutely, Mike. All right, we have run out of time. We'll pick up this edition of Basement Television at the same time tomorrow. You got it?
All right. Talk to you then.
Okay, thanks so much. Talk to you then. 6:18, that is what we're sitting at right now. And coming up here on Breakfast Television, a CityNews report about a TC DSB teacher in hot water for allegedly attacking a customer at a local coffee shop. We're going to bring you that story coming up next, and it's all around not wearing a mask.